Like we got history for ourselves.
Look at it, it's just crazy. The actual desert. There's a lot of bad news around these days, but is the world really all that bad? In many of these apparently bad places are amazing people and experiences you wouldn't be able to have anywhere else. Shaka. Oh my God, I lead a strange life. See, you probably think you know Pakistan, but I bet you didn't know it had beaches like this. And I'm going to prove it to you. My name's Benjamin Zand, and I'm going on a trip to the places people would tell you not to. I'm pretty sure they all think I play for Liverpool because I'm wearing a Liverpool jersey. It was a bad choice. To see what life is really like. And this time,
It's Sudan!
I've got a 4x4 because I'm going on a road trip. To get there, I have to drive 5 hours down a magical river called the Nile. But this isn't Egypt. This is Sudan, the home of over 200 Nubian pyramids, more than Egypt itself. At the moment, I currently have nowhere to sleep or any food to eat because it's Ramadan, but I do have 2 friends to show me the way. So this will be very fun. Let's go. Wish me luck. Hey guys, high fives from the car. How's it going? Nice to see you. I'm gonna give you a hug. How's it going? Nice to see you, man.
How's it going, man?
Thank you for coming.
Yeah, no problem, for sure.
So, where are we going?
We're going to the Naga temples and the Mayor pyramids.
Okay,
Yeah.
how long have we got today?
About like 4 or 5 hours.
That's a long drive. Probably should go. Do you have any Sudanese car games that we can play?
You can put on your headphones and listen to your own music.
That's not a game, that's just being antisocial.
Yeah, not being Sudanese. No.
And so, we were off, on a very long and very hot road trip. Soon, it was time for our first stop, coffee. The Sudanese love their coffee, and for good reason. Do you want to know why I like coffee in Sudan?
Why?
Because it never goes cold. Does it annoy you that not many people know about these pyramids?
It actually does, because Sudan has a very rich history, because like the country is so diverse, it's huge. It was one of the biggest countries in Africa. So that brings like a lot of diversity because we are influenced by Arabs, African countries and everything. But people don't know about all of that. People only know about what the media usually shows, the wars, the starvations, blah, blah, blah. Exactly. It doesn't show anything that's rich, anything that would actually interest people into coming here. They wouldn't even believe it. They're like, okay, pyramids, Egypt. Nile, Egypt.
And sometimes that's really kind of make you sad because like this country have like a lot of potential, a lot of
history, exactly.
As we set off again, we soon came across the ancient city of Naga.
I can only imagine the civilization that was here, that did this. It's like walking in history.
It's the middle of nowhere.
It's like just bug wire, that's it, that I can go through easily.
It's protected by like a 12-year-old kid. It's beautiful though. I mean, look at that, the engravings on there.
Like...
This is a ruined ancient city, one of the largest ruined sites in the country. Back in the day, it was an important part of the Cushitic kingdom of Meroe, due to its proximity to the Nile, and it served as a bridge between the Mediterranean world and Africa. But now, it lies pretty much unprotected. The only real protection here comes from a group of villagers who periodically visit the well to get water. This is the closest thing to security of these temples. These are the local villagers who came here to get water. That's pretty much it, there's no one else around. As we explored further, we found some bones on the other side of the ruins.
There are bones in there.
I know. That is actually crazy though.
It is.
Looks like thigh bones.
It looks raw, like it's so untouched. No one's been inside.
As it was getting late, we journeyed on. The roads here are long, and the sun sets fast. and soon we realised the pyramids would have to wait till the following day. We stopped at a roadside restaurant to eat.
We're having shaya, which is sort of a barbecue, but not your own idea of what barbecue is. Then there's food, which is the local, traditional food in Sudan. Basically, everyone here eats it.
After the meal, as we had nowhere to stay, we asked around and found a man willing to accommodate us. The only catch was that we were going to be sleeping outside.
We're actually sleeping outside.
Which, to my surprise, isn't all that uncommon here in Sudan.
So do people actually sleep outside in Sudan?
Basically, in towns, most people sleep outside because the sun works as a natural alarm. They mostly need to wake up early, like first break of light, to go as they're farmers and stuff.
What do they wear though? Because I mean, I like to sleep either in my underpants or, completely naked. So how does that work? I mean, 'cause I'm probably going to do that right now, so you guys better get used to it.
Fresh with the knowledge I was going to be sleeping in my undies, me and my new friends drifted off. The next morning, it was finally time to see what we had came here for. We got up early and made a quick stop at a coffee shop a mile away from the pyramids. Despite being so close, the owner told me neither he or any of his friends or family had ever been taught the history of the pyramids.
Growing up, did you kind of tell each other stories about what the pyramids were?
والله بتسمع بعض الشيء لكن ما كل المعلومات هي بتجي صحيحة.
Did people used to be scared of the pyramids?
يلا ما بيخافوا لكن المسألة كان ما بيعرفوا عنها حاجة. يعني في الفترة دي يقول لي التراث بتاع البلد دي كانت دلوكة والصوت
Then we journeyed on to see them for ourselves. On arrival, it was more impressive than I had imagined. We had the entire place to ourselves.
Whoa. How'd you feel?
Amazing.
You made it.
We made it. My legs, I can't feel my legs.
All right, so we're actually in the middle of the desert, kind of.
Like we got history for ourselves.
Look at it, it's just crazy. And they just sit here completely unguarded. Look at it, this is just like the actual desert.
These Nubian pyramids are over 4,000 years old and are a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Despite that though, they're completely deserted. Visitor numbers are tiny, about 15,000 a year compared to the millions that go to the pyramids in Egypt. And due to being completely unprotected, the pyramids and the history here have been damaged and vandalised.
So you have a bit of a split conscience here because there's no one here, you can do whatever you want and there's so many things you do want to do. But you also want to respect history.
Exactly. Even though clearly not many have respected it.
Still, it was like nothing I'd ever seen.
The door is even unlocked to one of the pyramids.
Mazen gave me a bit of a history lesson on what I was seeing.
There are more pyramids in this section alone than in the entire Egypt. It's about 220 pyramids. You can notice that most of the heads of the pyramids are chopped off. That's an Italian explorer. He came here in the 1830s and he chopped off like 40 pyramids searching for gold. And we still don't know what he found.
Do you know what they were used for?
Yes, they were actually tombs for the black pharaohs and queens back in the days. They buried them here with their belongings, gold and everything. It's a sort of respect for the kings of Kush.
What's the difference between these pyramids and those in Egypt?
It's mostly the size. The pyramids in Egypt are a lot bigger. These would go up to 40 meters. But then again, the number of the pyramids themselves makes the difference. There are about 220 pyramids here, which is a lot more than the entire country of Egypt, like the pyramids there.
Just on this desert?
Just on this desert alone.
You can just see them for kind of miles, can't you?
Exactly. Like
It was coming to the end of an unexpected and surprising trip. I had seen a side to Sudan that I never thought I would. The history and stories Sudan holds are things you don't hear about too often, but when you see them for yourself, it's something you'll remember forever.